call this meeting to order, reconvene. First thing we need to do for us with the city, we need a roll call. Could you please, Amber, give us a roll call?
Mayor Carson,
Here.
Vice Mayor Forbes,
Here.
Mrs. Crowder,
Here.
Mr. Hunter, Mrs. Wolf.
Here.
We're here to resume the meeting that took place on March 11th. And this is for the school board budget presentation. I'll turn it over now to the county.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to go ahead and call our meeting to order, regular joint meeting tonight, March 18th, of the Board of Supervisors of Allegheny County. I turn it over to the school board.
Yes, well, thank everyone for being here this evening, and if we can have roll call, please.
Mr. Garrett.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Franklin.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Littleton.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Morgan. Mrs. Scruggs Duncan. Mr. Umstead. And Mr. Woodson.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. On agenda item 25-285, school board presentation of the 25-26 operation budget of the Allegheny Highlands, Allegheny County Board of Supervisors and to the City of Covington Council. This is an informational item. Ms. Superintendent Halterman.
Good evening, everyone. I appreciate everyone being here, and thank you very much to the Board of Supervisors, City Council, and of course to the school board. It's our honor tonight to present this proposed budget. I will emphasize it is a proposed budget because we are early in the budget season in terms of understanding all of our information that we may need to understand about state and federal revenues. But of course, at this time of the year, we want to make sure that everyone on our local governments is aware of what our budget expectations are for the coming year. And I think you'll find this situation that Tracy Persinger is going to present in more detail very favorable. I will also, though, on behalf of myself and Melinda Sneed Johnson, be sharing some of the budget priorities that our board budget committee has helped us guide and has helped us emphasize in this budget. And the first one of those is preserving staff benefits and compensation. The second is preserving all programs for students. So those are big things, big priorities. Those budget priorities are not necessarily in any particular order, but they are our twin priorities. You have a packet in front of you, those of you all who are local officials in the room. That is a PowerPoint kind of packet. I'm so sorry to have my back to some. I understand the position of the podium. If you'll open that to the very first page, there's a section here of budget development, and I'll give you a very brief overview of that page because that information may be of immediate help to you. This is, again, unique as we focus on our priorities to include high student engagement, future readiness for the community, which is the preparation of our students for their actual adulthood, and communications. Those are our priorities from our strategic plan that you all have also helped us develop and support. As we move through this process, we again want to say thank you to our school board members who also serve on our budget committee. That is an additional assignment for those individuals, and that's Jonathan Arrett and John Littleton. They have been serving faithfully on that committee. And again, we want to remind everyone that we're bringing you this presentation tonight in part to meet a specific Code of Virginia requirement. That explains the timing. There will be additional information later, and we might say, well, why not wait till later? The reason we do it now is to support everyone in their budget processes and to make sure we honor the Code of Virginia. Specifically, the General Assembly adjourned on February 22nd, 2025, and approved a budget that is more favorable to AHPS in regard to some state funding. A new calculation tool related to that budget was recently released, was released thereafter, and this budget information you have is based on that. So with that, Melinda Sneed Johnson and I certainly owe a debt of gratitude to Tracy Persinger, who will carry you forward for some more of the presentation.
Thank you. Okay, on the first slide there in your packet with some figures on it, this is what we are expecting, and it compares the fiscal year 25 to the fiscal year 26 governor budget. Our ADM is down from 2630 to 2565, so of course aren't expecting to get as much money from the state as we did last year. This goes through every line for your basic aid, sales tax, textbooks, etc. You can compare the numbers and see what we're expected to get from the state. The next page continues with the state revenues. You can see each line, it has the project graduation, special education tuition, your totals at the bottom. You can compare it and see we're not getting a whole lot more from the state on our budget this year. The next page is the federal revenues for our Title I, Title II, Title III, 4, 5, all our federally funded programs. We are down $1,500,000 because of the CARES Act. That money has went away, so we no longer have it. We spent all of that money, down to the penny. So that's our total of federal money that is expected in revenues. The next page is the anticipated local revenues. The local appropriation is what the city and the county contributes to the school system. The miscellaneous other that is down is from the Allegheny Foundation. Their grant for our communication staff member has ran out, so that's the difference in the miscellaneous other on the anticipated local revenues. The next page, there's your total state, total federal, local total, and the grand total of the budget for the year. And you notice overall it is down, but like I said, that has to do with the CARES Act. We no longer are getting consolidation money. We get our last payment of that here in April. We will not have any for next fiscal year. That finishes up our consolidation grant. That's also reflected as that too. There's a pie chart showing how much is state funded, local funded, and federal funded. And then we have several supplemental funds outside of our general fund. We have the Jackson River Governor's School, and that's the next page, and it shows you our revenues and expenditures for the Jackson River Governor's School. We have a textbook fund, and this shows you the beginning balance, the expected expenditures, and the net cash balance for the textbooks. The Fund 10, which is the school construction fund. This is the beginning balance of it. We have been using it a good bit. This takes care of projects that so we don't have to take them out of our general fund budget. This is money that was given to us by the state to use on construction projects or to help redo things in the schools. Fund 11 was a track project. We don't have a whole lot left in the track project, but we do still need some things for the track, so we will be looking at spending some more of that on the track. Fund 14 this is our joint school division incentive, which was from consolidation. This shows the balance of what we have on it, but we will be getting another $600,000 in April that will add to that for us to spend on consolidation things. And Fund 15 is our food service. Food service is a separate fund from our general fund, and this shows our revenues and expenditures for food service. And that's pretty much it for the budget presentation.
We just again want to reiterate all our thanks for support that we receive from all of the governments that are involved in the schools. Really appreciate that, and we are happy to receive questions if there are any.
And I did want to mention two other things. Our employees in that budget have a step increase, and our insurance went up 6.1%. And we are asking for level funding from the localities.
Question. The enrollment at the governor's school is how many students?
I would actually have to defer that question to Mr. Graham, who's the director of the governor's school, because it involves multiple school divisions. We have increased our overall number of students coming to the governor's school since the pandemic. That number did fall in the pandemic. So does that help you a bit?
Well, a little bit. When you say we've increased, you mean Allegheny County?
I do mean Allegheny Highlands, yes, sir. And so that's relative to the pandemic, right? And then, of course, what you see when you look at that governor's school budget page, because we are the largest school division participating in that regional governor's school, we are the fiscal agent for that governor's school. So the superintendency of the governor's school rotates between the school divisions, but we are always the fiscal agent. So Tracy will always have that as part of the budget.
Eddie's not here, right?
He is not here, sorry.
Okay.
I'd be happy to get back to you, though.
Would you know if the governor's school is near capacity as far as their ability to enroll students?
They are not at their capacity. They have
Are they even close?
I would not believe Mr. Graham would say that they were close, but he is pleased with their enrollment figures and with their overall funding picture. But I can certainly get you some more information from him.
Do we have almost unlimited ability to expand the governor's school and absorb almost any student that qualifies to be in?
That's a complicated question, because I would not describe it as
I
unlimited.
don't ask any other kind.
It's all good. It's all good. I wouldn't want to describe it as unlimited, because that would involve a lot of conversation with the governor's school itself and that board. So there's a board that governs the governor's school as well, and Ms. Scruggs Duncan on our board is part of that group. And I think she may have something that she wished to add, but in general, the governor's school is set up to take on lots of students, should lots of students wish to participate. We're not seeing that kind of volume of students from any of the participating school divisions right now.
Have they changed the curriculum at the governor's school very much from what it was 20 years ago when my 4 kids all went to it?
I would say it's changed since that time. They've also made refinements to the curriculum so that the students leave with lots of different certificates. So there's a lot of information about that, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge that Mr. Graham would know that much more deeply, but I'm happy to say that I think the curriculum's in a good place. And it's kept up with the changing times. It also allows students to access associate's degrees and some other certificates that Mountain Gateway offers. So our friends at Mountain Gateway have done a really nice job by those enrolling students. They really can achieve a lot through the governor's school.
You implied that there was a revenue from the various school districts to the governor's school. Is this actually a money maker, or do we lose money on the governor's school?
The governor's school was set up to be very fiscally responsible. So the governor's school is absolutely solvent. I wouldn't describe it as a money maker or as a loss, but I'd certainly defer to you for real detail on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't believe we're losing money on governor's school.
Good. Tammy, do you have anything else to add?
Well, there are so many options now for high school students to be taking college classes that the governor's school is no longer the only way to go that route. I mean, the dual enrollment, we have a lot of students that are seeking to gather as many college credits as possible before they graduate from high school. And we do have students that are graduating, like Mountain Gateway's graduation is the weekend before high school graduation. These students technically graduate from a junior college the week before they graduate from high school. So we have a lot of students that seem to be taking advantage of that. And so, of course, they have to choose. So the governor's school may not be packed, but it is a great program, and they are running it as efficiently as possible. I don't know how else, I don't know how we
Yeah,
recruit
I know
for
Eddie,
it.
I can talk to him if I need to. Yeah.
He does a real nice job in that program. Very up to date, very solid. Yes, he is.
Any other questions, Lance?
You know, but what we're saying is the budget is, it's no increase across the board, right?
Yes, that's correct. And of course, Tracy could speak to that in greater detail, but it is level with your previous 2 years, perhaps previous 3 is what I should say. And of course, you know, there are inflationary pressures. Those things do exist. Want to make sure we're candid about that. But the joining of resources across the Allegheny Highlands has placed some downward pressure on some of those costs. And we're very pleased to report that to you tonight.
Any other questions?
Just a comment.
Okay.
The composite index number, the lower the number, the more you receive, correct?
That's basically the way that works.
And it's all, that number is derived between all of the counties and cities within the state and all the school districts. The only reason I'm bringing it up is I read an article the other day, and I don't want to get into politics, but if Fairfax County, Northern Virginia has the loss of jobs that some are predicting, their unemployment rate might get into the 30%, which is also going to affect real estate values. We just all had assessments, ours went up, theirs going down. Believe it or not, more money may go to Fairfax and less to us. I don't have a clue how that's going to end up, but somebody better keep their eye on that number, because what happens in Northern Virginia will definitely affect us here in Hardin County.
But that's wise counsel. There's a lot of things going on with the funding formula itself. It is, but it's it's complicated to understand. Appreciate that.
But that one number makes a heck of a difference. Things that happen in Fairfax will affect us right here.
Any other questions?
We good?
Are we good?
Then the city's, I need a motion and a second for us to adjourn the city part of the meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn. City council.
All in favor?
And I would need a motion to adjourn the county board of supervisors portion of this meeting. Motion by Mr. Nicely, second by Mr. Garrett. All in favor? I turn it over to the school.
Yes. Before we close, I just want to make a comment to the board that we appreciate Ms. Persinger for all your hard work with preparing this budget, and please thank all of your assistants in your office. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn. Second. Motion by Mr. Eric, second by Mr. Woodson. Roll call, please.
Mr. Eric.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Friesen. Mr. Littleton.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Scruggs Dawkins. Mr. Woodson.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna talk.
15 minutes, quick meeting.
Thank you.
I think about one at a time. 16 minutes.
television. I'm serious. You're allowed. That's outrageous. I'm just telling you. That's outrageous. Don't ever let anybody. That's too far, John. It's too far.
Result of that is the University of Iowa is lower criteria for nursing schools.
Set up than to have record the meeting.
It is something to think about. You should have just, yeah, it's not for everybody. You realize when you do it, permanent brains on your